In this video, I'm going to show you how you can arrange vocals in an indie pop song. I'm David Duarte, aka Paper Trails. I'm an artist, music producer, and engineer, and I'm here to share the insight and knowledge I've acquired over 2 decades working in music. The vocal arrangement is one of the most interesting aspects of your song's production. Adding interesting harmonies and layers not only adds sonic depth, but emotional depth as well. Let's listen to the first half of the first chorus of this song without any layers, and then we'll add them in.
Reverie, reverie, dancing, sway she in the rain, through the pain he lives and breathes.
The verse is mainly just a single vocal without any layers, so the first thing I want to do for the chorus is to give it a little lift by doubling, tripling, or in this case, quadrupling the lead vocal. You might try singing these a touch softer than the lead, and you can even use a different mic or sing further away from the mic to get some subtle tonal differences. It's often a good idea to use a darker sounding mic on these backing vocals, but not always necessary. Let's add these in one by one and then I'll play them in solo.
Reverie, reverie, dancing, sway she in the rain, through the pain he lives and breathes. Reverie, reverie.
I've got those panned left, center, and right, so it's thickening it up some and also widening the vocal. In context, it just sounds like it's one big vocal, which is what we were going for here. How these vocals are treated will always depend on the song you're working on and your intention for it. For me, I like to have at least 2 takes of every vocal I'm layering so I can have them balanced in both speakers left and right. You might not need them in the final mix, but it's a good idea to record them anyway. Let's add in the first harmony.
Reverie, reverie, dancing, sway she in the rain, through the pain he lives and breathes. Reverie, reverie.
This is mostly a parallel harmony below the lead vocal. You want to keep in mind the chords these are going on top of. What might sound like an odd harmony in solo might sound super interesting in context. Occasionally, you might even have some dissonant notes in there that in solo sound wrong, but in context, just add tension. Now let's add in the higher harmony.
Reverie, reverie, dancing, sway she in the rain, through the pain he lives and breathes. Reverie, reverie.
Notice how these layers are softer and breathier? We did that to contrast the full voice lead vocal and add more dimension. This harmony starts to add some contrary motion as well, starting with a parallel fourth, but later sliding in and out of other intervals. The fourth in this context is the distance from the lead vocal. In full context of the song, since the chord is a G major 7, the lead vocal would be starting at a major 3rd, and this harmony would be a major 6th, while the lower harmony would be a major 7th. I say all this to make it clear that we are creating chords with the vocals, and their relation to the guitar chords and bass are really important. Now I've added a couple more subtle layers beneath these main harmonies, one an octave below the lead and the other an octave below the lower harmony. These are meant to be felt more than heard.
Reverie, reverie, dancing, sway she, reverie, reverie.
The second half of the chorus is a really lush vocalise that we used all sorts of contrary motion in. Each of these harmonies feels like it could be the lead at any point. And with the contrary motion, to me, it sounds like how I think dropping different food colorings or paint into water would sound, if you can visualize that. Let's listen to it with just the lead vocal, and then we'll add in the unison layers. We're continuing with the same amount of layers as the first half. The melody Ali is singing is really cool and dissonant, especially when she hits that G over the F sharp chord. It adds a lot of tension briefly, then resolves back to the G major 7, which is a really soft, dreamy chord. Let's add in these harmonies. These harmonies are creating a ton of movement, weaving in and out of consonance and dissonance, adding tension and release to the arrangement. These type of vocal arrangements are a lot of fun to create and record in the studio, as opposed to going through the motions just tracking parallel thirds. Sometimes that's all you need, but clearly this song benefited from the more complex harmonies. It's helpful to have some music theory knowledge when attempting to arrange a section like this, whether it's you or a collaborator. It'll go a lot faster than trying to find the harmonies by ear, at least for most people. Real quick, if you're learning from this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And if you're interested in having me produce, mix, or master your project, my contact info is in the description. Or if you need more personalized help, there's a link in the description for one-on-one coaching sessions with me, where we can cover everything from music production and engineering to instrumental lessons. In the second chorus, I want to change things up just a bit so we have two distinct choruses. It's so much more interesting when there are subtle differences between repeated sections, like varying the harmonies or changing the timing. This song does both. Let's take a listen. In the first chorus, we had that vocal landing right on the downbeat. For the second chorus, we hold it back until the third beat, creating a moment of delayed gratification. The listener's waiting for it on the one, and when it finally hits, it feels like a much bigger, more satisfying payoff. These harmonies are creating even more tension as they lead us into the bridge. Everything keeps building and building until it feels like something's gotta give. You wanna keep the momentum moving forward, and we achieve that by making the lead vocal's final note resolve an octave higher than it did in the first chorus. The final chorus is the climax. It changes keys and the energy slightly ramps up. The verse's lyrical motif went really well here, but so did the original chorus's melody and lyrics. So we decided to use both simultaneously using what's called counterpoint. A great example of counterpoint in modern music is the middle section in Paranoid Android by Radiohead. They've got 4 different independent vocal lines going at once, whereas this song only has 2. If you know of any indie pop songs that use lyrical counterpoint like this, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to check them out. It's like the two sections of the song are race cars and the more subtle melody is drafting behind the lead. We use the momentum and the movement of the lead vocal to bring the second, more subtle motif along with it. Another thing you might notice is occasionally there are notes that aren't perfectly in tune or aligned perfectly. That's not a bug, that's a feature. When performances are great, this actually serves to give us bigger, wider sounding vocal stacks. Think about what a hardware or plug-in doubler does. It slightly detunes and delays the vocal. With vocals that aren't perfectly tuned or aligned, you can get a pleasant chorusing effect that can actually be preferable. I always listen in the context of the production to decide when and how much to tune and align vocals. If something sticks out to me as not belonging, I'll fix it. But there's just no reason to fix something that ain't broken. I'd love to hear some of your favorite vocal arrangements, so please leave a comment below. Right here are some music videos I think will help you along your music creation journey. I'll see you in the next video.